Well, hi, welcome to Talk Art. This is a SOLA presentation, the Society of Local Artists. And tonight we're going to talk to two artists whose art has changed their lives and whose lives have been changed by their art. So we're first going to speak with Maya Babiszewska.
So I'm from Poland, and indeed I started drawing probably before I was walking. So because of the weather as well in Poland, where it's very cold, I couldn't paint outside very much. So most of my paintings were about interiors. And then it changed when I moved to California.
So I've seen. Oh, excuse me. So let's see. Now you came here. Let's see. You came here first to visit one of your best friends from Poland.
Yes.
And it was in July of '99.
Right.
So tell us that story.
I came to visit my friend. We grew up together, and it was just the summer holidays, and it was the time where everyone wanted to be a web designer and make a living.
What was your friend doing here?
She actually does marketing, but because I was an artist, she thought that I could be a great artist and make money as a web designer. And I thought it was a very good idea, so I got back here in December '99.
December '99.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Because we were booming for a good, 7, 8 years, I think, and Will and I were both involved in that. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to be in high tech that time. Even though we're both artists living here in Silicon Valley, we were involved in, you couldn't help but be involved in the high tech boom if you lived here, which is what your friend was doing. So she wanted to pass it on. She said, come, be here with us.
I like this idea. But unfortunately, by the time I finished studying and taking software classes, it didn't work out anymore.
So you were done, so a year and a half later, so that would have been July of 2001. And so we all had our pink slips by then.
Yes.
And, right. So you said, gee, I'm a brand new web designer, and there's a lot of very experienced web designers that are out of work. A lot of the little companies were closed, and you are now faced with going back to Poland or staying in sunny California. So you could paint interiors back in Poland, or you could stay here painting. You painted San Francisco, you painted swimming pools, you painted different kind of interiors here.
Right.
So you have a painting that's behind you. I don't want you to turn around right now because I'm not quite sure how we're supposed to do this. So there's a painting behind you. If you can get a camera over here on this painting behind Maya so she can talk about this. It's called, what's the name of this? Paris in Pink?
It's Paris in the Pink.
In the Pink. Paris in the Pink. Now, the difference between this one, and we're going to show your other paintings in a moment on screen that are off camera. This one is an American-inspired living room.
Exactly.
Tell us about this painting.
So this painting is, it's very American living room where I often see 2 couches and very big TV. It's not very big on this picture, but most of the time it's very big.
Yeah.
And I wanted something that it's really very American, and I think I needed something on TV.
Yeah.
And it was a big debate what to put on TV, and I decided to put Paris Hilton because she's such
it's
an
just
American
so funny.
icon.
And she stayed on TV because you painted this how many years ago?
That was about 2 years ago.
2 years ago. It was in the show at Art 21. That was a year ago, or a year and a half ago. You just painted it then. Okay. So it's a 2-year-old painting, and she has done you well. You should send her a thank you note. Thank you for keeping my painting current, and I guessed right. You bet a winning horse on this one.
I think I want her to buy this painting.
You want her to buy it? Maybe she'll be humble enough when she gets out of jail to support the arts. Now, in a moment, we're going to bring up some of your other paintings that we have in the studio online. So we have a living room painting. We've got 2 paintings that we have. Yes, we have the blue chair painting. And we have the yellow bedroom painting. I don't know which one they're going to put up first, and it's up to the studio's choice, whichever one they want to put up. There we go. We've got blue chair. Can you tell us about this painting? Now, there's the one really interesting thing I'm going to bring up, which I hadn't yet, is that the background, those squares. Can you tell us what it was like in Poland that you needed to have? Tell us about this painting first, and we're going to talk about the heritage of this painting. Okay.
So this is the painting which I did when I was a student.
When you're getting your MFA?
Yes, it was part of my master and part of the series of interiors. But this painting is probably more special because I used the canvas, which was originally probably a window curtain.
A window curtain, okay.
Yes, it was the time when we couldn't really get good canvases, so I was making them by myself, and I just stretched the window curtain. And because it was so beautiful, I decided to leave the background and just add the chair. Yeah. So that's different living room comparing to this one, American.
So here you can buy pre-stretched canvases. Yes. And in Poland, you had to make do. Right. And I remember you telling me when you were in school that you could either stretch your own canvas with some found material, or students would leave paintings that weren't successful and you would paint over them. Is that right? Okay.
Yes.
Can you tell me some stories about that?
basically,
Was
we
that
didn't
it?
have too many choices. You either make your canvas, or if you don't like the painting, you just paint over.
Yeah.
This one was nice, so there isn't anything
Okay.
changed this one.
Yeah.
But many paintings, you don't even remember what kind of paintings you had since you painted them over.
Did you paint over them?
Yeah, right now, everything is beautifully done. You just buy ready-made canvases. They are plain white, but I still stretch sometimes the fabric. I use different fabrics with stripes, so I kind of continue doing this mixed media. And Paris in the pink is one of them, where I use the wrapping paper from Draggers. I bought it specially. It makes a carpet for the living room.
Oh, okay. Now there's another painting I want to show also that you did from Poland, and it's called the Yellow Bedroom.
Yes.
And there's a very special story. I love this story about this Yellow Bedroom painting. It's one of my favorite paintings of your series of interiors. Now there's one red bed in this very empty room. Don't have couches, don't have TVs, don't have stereos. You have this big room with this wonderful yellow red bed. And tell me about the room and also about the bed itself.
The room was basically my friend's bedroom, and the bed.
In college.
It was in college. It was where I studied. It was in Cieszyn, and one of my friends, he lived in the town. I lived in the dorm, and all of my friends always visited our friend since his mother was cooking for us.
Yeah, nice.
We were hanging out in his bedroom, and it was a beautiful bed painted in red. Everyone wanted to sit on the bed. Nobody wanted to sit on the couch, and the bed. My friend told us that the bed was very, very old, and it was very special. Many people were conceived, born, and died in this bed, so it was a huge history behind this bed.
And paint, that red was the last coat of paint.
Yes.
There's many coats of paint on this because it was very, very old.
The red paint and the red bedroom, the bed, it was the most important thing in the whole bedroom, so I really wanted to paint this one.
Focus on it, yeah. Now, when you came here, those two paintings that we brought up on the screen that are not in the studio, represent, I think, it's a good representation of the show you brought with you from Poland. That
Right.
was your MFA show, where you had several dozen paintings. When you came here, not only did you paint living rooms differently, much more rich, and 2 couches and a big TV with modern, cultural icons, but you also painted, from my perspective, you painted very, very simple outdoor scenes that most other people wouldn't, like Will here, who's sitting next to you, a plein air painter. He paints very extravagant outdoor scenes of natural beauty. And you painted, let's take a look at this painting right here. We've got a backyard in-ground pool with bicycles. It's at night. And the pool evidently is lit from inside?
It is, yes.
Okay.
At night you can, at the pool.
So that's pretty amazing for you to see in your neighborhood, coming from where you didn't even have new canvas to paint on, or much less stretched canvas to paint on. So tell us about this painting a little.
Well, basically, this is only a swimming pool and the bikes, and that's very Californian, I thought. And I live in the house with the swimming pool, and
Yeah.
the swimming pool is just very important to me. In fact, when I moved to California, I definitely wanted to live in the house with the swimming pool. That was the most important thing. I used to swim years ago, so swimming pool inspires me all the time. I did several paintings of swimming pool. And I thought it was just beautiful. It doesn't have to be anything else, just swimming pool and the bikes.
In art, when from my perspective and from many people's perspective, we paint based on elements, design, and so it could be somebody's face, the way they're holding their body. It could be rocks and trees and water, and so simple elements like this, as long as it's positioned properly and you've got the light and so on. So I agree that this is a beautiful painting, and it is, but it's for I guess maybe we're just too used to having so many things that we look for things that are what we consider more special and unique. Whereas for you, we had this whole new view.
Right.
It was wonderful to see your artwork when I first saw it, to notice the difference between when there's things that are a lot more limited, and then when they're as they are now. Now the country, Poland is a socialist country, so can you tell us about the background, your political structure, your mother's influence on you, and your career choice and your scholastic choice, and how that folds into and carries you through to today? What's that story?
At the time when I was growing up, there wasn't anything like career. Everyone was pretty much equal, I guess. So my mom didn't suggest any career to me, since painting was natural to me. She was very supportive because she thought I was very good at this, and there wasn't any question if I should do anything else. So naturally, I just did the painting. Where here, it's quite different.
Yeah.
But,
well, speaking of your painting,